and welcome to the show. Let's go ahead and turn off
Hi
this
there.
noisy thing here.
Why are you making noise over there?
Well, I finished a project that I talked about once upon a time, and I wanted to let the folks know at home what's going on. So, I talked about a few times with the wife and without the wife about making a little shop that had miscellaneous blocks. So this is ye old block shop, and it's basically, the idea is an old dilapidated building that's not really in use, but if you go inside, some crazy whack job scientist has been in here creating different ways to make basically cheaty blocks. So we got here the ever-ending snow machine, just by placing a snow golem in there, and I don't have a shovel on me at the moment, but if you stand here, it basically pushes them in the corner, and it will constantly make new snow right here. So you can make snow blocks with that. And then we got our typical sand machine. Now this is the one that I used an Exumavoid tutorial for. We talked about in a TU9 update video. I will go ahead and link this tutorial in the description if anybody wants to use it for their Xbox 360 Minecraft world. It works just fine, so you can follow it block for block and it will not lead you wrong. It looks like the sun's setting. I know the wife is finishing up some enchanting. So while I head over to the house there to go to sleep, show you, we made like a little park bench area here, got ourselves some trees and stuff, and this is very heavily like shrubbed and overgrown look. That was the concept, to make it look as least desirable as possible, I guess would be the way to put it. So we might add a cobble block generator in there. I don't know if this actually exists or not, but I think there might be some way to make an obsidian block generator. I keep on hearing about such a thing. I know it's probably old technology if it does exist, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the bed, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to do today. Alright, so the wife took a little trip while I was taking care of finishing up making the sand generator, and I'll go ahead and let her fill you in on what happened while we unload our inventories in the mall.
Well,
tell them
what happened was what happened was that so I went to the Nether to try and collect soul sand while Psycho was working up here. Now, first off, I have to say, on the Xbox 360 edition, being the second player kind of sucks, because I get lag and lighting issues and all kinds of things that he doesn't get, especially when I'm in the Nether and he's not. So, we've all established on video and record that I'm a very good shot and I can usually kill ghasts, right? I want to make that very clear.
Yeah, I'll
However, with all the lag I was experiencing yesterday, I could not kill a ghast to save my life. Literally, because I died. I'd shoot at the gas, and then they wouldn't be where I shot at them at, and then they just, like, zipped over somewhere else. Anyway, long story short, I got 2.5 stacks of soul sand. I had all of my good picks on me, my good bow, my flame sword, everything on me, and now it is all burned up in the Nether. I had fire potions, and I had gone through a lake of lava to get to the soul sand, but that wasn't the problem so much as after I died, then the gas kept shooting there and burned up all my stuff.
All of it,
so,
including the soul sand.
The soul sand, yes. The only soul sand that I had found in the Nether at all, other than in the Nether wart room in the stronghold, or Nether fortress. So that's that. Shall I make a few more fire resist potions?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I got the bottles putting in there now.
Alrighty.
So, how many levels do you have on you currently? Because I know you just had a little bit of a hiccup on that whole front.
I was gonna do a level 30 pick. Unfortunately, I didn't click level 30. I don't even know what level I clicked, but I have 2 levels left. But I did put, you know, a 1 enchant on each piece of my armor and on some shovels. I actually got an efficiency 1 unbreaking 1 with 1 level on a shovel, so that was cool.
Hey, that works out.
Unfortunately, my sword is not nearly as cool as it was. It's only a sharpness 3 knockback 2. Before I had, I think, sharpness knockback and flame sword.
Oh, whatever. Rub it in. So, I've got a new bow. It is a power 4. Because that mess up of a bow that I had, basically, we were having issues with mobs around the houses that Rain built for us here in the town, and while I was sleeping, I threw my bow, and it basically disappeared. I couldn't find it. I broke the bed and everything trying to find it. Couldn't find it. What was it? What was the ingredient you needed for the fire?
Magma.
Magma
cream.
So I went ahead and made another level 30 bow. Got me a power 4, which is probably the best bow I've had, and I know it's still not all that good. So, so we're gonna go ahead and get these going. But the reason why we're doing this is we need some soul sand, because we talked about different ideas and briefly mentioned this to Rain on the last episode. I thought about making that island where we're gonna put the Cheaty end portal. I thought about making it a kind of a tar pit type of thing, and it's something that, you know, you can see. I believe there's some in California, or at least mocked up ones. So it's something that actually exists in real life, but I thought, you know, we got a bridge there. I was going to make an aquarium there, but then it would have to connect in the center of the bridge, and it would just look odd. So we're going to go ahead and try to figure out a way to make a mock-up of a tar pit utilizing the end portal. We are not going to go to the end today, but we're hoping to get to the point where we can go to the end probably the next episode, I would think. At least check it out, yeah?
That'd be cool.
So we'll be right back with you once we get some more stuff taken care of. Alright, so I'm in the spawn village here. I got a couple levels. I'm going to put on some iron stuff. Try to use up as many levels as you can before you go to the end. You know, it's always a good idea. But I wanted to...
you mean the nether?
The nether. I'm sorry. To the nether. I wanted to talk about something I worked on a little bit. Just basically reorganizing the blaze spawner to be a little bit more user-friendly. And at the same time, it looks like I'm getting a few more spawning blocks out of it. So I already mentioned I added some air blocks to it to make it a little bit more efficient. But as you will see, adding different concepts in, trying to figure out where the blaze actually spawn at or don't spawn at, and utilizing the stuff as best as possible, you can actually get more efficiency out of it. I'm going to continue to better it as we go along, but that is the idea. I believe it is nighttime outside, sweetheart. Before we go in, you want to grab one of these rooms and reset spawn, just in case.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can't grab that one. You is in it.
I am.
Another room.
There's one right next to this one. You walked right past it.
Oh, okay. Shut up.
Alright, since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and grab a shiny apple. And
I had 3 of those. They got burned up.
how much arrows? I'm going to go ahead and grab some arrows as well. Well, you know, it may have saved your life if you just ate them all.
Could have, but probably not. Probably just would have wasted them just the same.
And then we're going to grab some cobblestone.
I'll come over here and put out some fires while I can. Okay. As I lit the whole nether on fire the other day.
So basically, she said she had a really hard time finding soul sand, and she had to swim across. She had to swim across a lava lake.
Lava.
She had to swim across a lava lake to get there, which that doesn't sound too entertaining to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and take my fire resist potion right now. Throw that empty bottle in there. And we're going to find some soul sand. You can't create it like the regular sand because it doesn't drop, so we can't use the cheaty sand machine and just make a whole bunch of it. And those playing on the PC version know now that they fixed that and they found out what was causing it. So even if that was the case, it only lasts so long that we could recreate stuff. That being said, this being a really small map, we're going to go ahead and stockpile a whole bunch of sand before they do fix that, because I'm sure it'll happen at some point. Probably in the not too distant future, I would guess to wager. So.
Probably.
Which direction did you? Oh, I guess I could just follow the flame. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's right across there.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think I'd already taken my potion.
Well, you know, I was trying to put fire out and you ran in front of me, so whose fault is it really?
Yeah, tell that to the zombie pigman. Hey there. You put a...
You don't seem to be as good at a shot as you used to once be. I'll tell you what.
I don't know what's going on. Well, it's hard to see when there's flames all around you, for one. You know, it's harder to make a shot.
Hey, any excuse is better than none, right?
Shut it, you. Feel much safer already. But really, I mean, when I was down here, I honestly had at least 4 gasps in this area shooting at me while I was trying to get it. So just so you know, I wasn't just being a dork.
Well,
it really was that.
I'm not gonna, you know, comment on said things about being a dork or whatever, so...
Do you want me to push you into the lava lake? I mean, I know you've got a fire resist potion on, but it would still be fun for me.
It'd still make you feel better? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. You need to be nice to me because, you know, while I was down here, I lost the only silk touch pick we had. And since we have already established I'm the only one capable of enchanting one, you should be nice or I won't let you use it once I get one.
That's just talking mean right
True.
there. You're just being mean to be mean, you know?
Still true.
Is that your way of telling me that the potion's up?
Mine was. Yeah, I took mine I took mine before you did, but yours is going to be up any second now.
2 seconds, yeah. Where are you at? Way up there.
Way up there.
It is
Got it.
Day.
Yes.
I'm still considering making a pigman farm.
Oh yeah.
At some point, I'm thinking, you know, against the other wall wouldn't be too terrible, especially if there's a lake that corresponds nicely. Doing a whole perimeter thing and whatnot. It'll never be as effective as the Iron Lung or something like that, but...
Right, but... Well, that's kind of the thing with all of our stuff, is none of it's quite as efficient as what you can do on the PC version, but...
Well...
It's, you know...
It's not even because of that, it's just the amount of time and energy that was put into those. Although I admire it very much, I think they're crazy. So.
What you're saying is you have other things to do occasionally.
Basically, yeah. Well, I think the payoff. This is the truth of it right here. I think the payoff sometimes is not worth the energy. So you spend 10 times the amount of resources and time setting up the best situation possible to get blaze rods, okay?
Right.
Is your return actually going to be making up for that? Are you going to spend enough time collecting blaze rods to make up that extra time and energy that you spent to create the most efficient thing possible?
I'm not.
But you see what I'm saying? And I think that is.
Some people might.
I think that's the case for a lot of the things made. Is in the long run, it's not actually going to save you. You're not going to make your return on it.
So it's kind of like what you're saying is it's kind of like buying a hybrid SUV. You pay so much more for it initially that you're never going to make that up in fuel efficiency.
That's exactly
You're
what
never
I'm
going to
saying.
make up that money back because...
Okay, I got a pillar of it over here, and we're at the corner. This is actually going to be a perfect place for a pigman spawner at some point. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording at this point because we got another mower going on.
You sing such pretty songs.
I sing such pretty songs.
That's what I said.
Alright, so basically what we're doing at home, folks, is we decided that this island is going to be a beautiful, beautiful place known as a tar pit, or at least as best as we can make one. So we're just basically getting it down to the level of the water, and then we're going to rebuild it.
We can rebuild it. We have the technology.
Yes, we can.
No, I wasn't going for Bob the Builder. I was going for the Bionic Man. Cool!
End portal? So how about right there?
Okay. I'm going to dig out this coal.
We need to dig that all out anyway.
Alrighty. Hey, he's using my... Oh, if I'm going to use a pick here, I might as well use a fortune pick.
Right?
Silly Rain. Silly Rain who doesn't have a silk touch pick anymore.
Well, whose fault is that?
That would be this idiot's. I mean, myself. I mean, yeah.
For those at home, us living in Western Washington, people that are familiar with the area can tell you the weather here typically is not very good. And this time of the year, it's usually raining, basically.
And by this time of year, he means any year.
No, I said
anytime.
Yeah, that's true. But oh my gosh, man. We actually were going to record yesterday and decided not to because the temperature had gotten up to 90. And, you know, as a typical thing, computers don't like the warm temps, so we went ahead and held off. But I could not believe it. I was like, wow. Wow, at this craziness. Let's go ahead and dig out underneath the top layer of obsidian. Alright, so this was a concept we were kind of messing around with in creative, trying to figure out a way to make this look interesting, sound interesting, all that good shebang. So basically, I'm going to poke some holes out, and I want you to place some netherrack in those deals there, sweetheart.
Done.
We also want to make some bubbly noises. So easiest way to do that.
So you want me to feed you beans?
Beans? Did you say beans?
Yes. Beans to make the bubbly noise.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to use that flint and steel or just throw it on the ground?
I was throwing it on the ground for you to use. Because I'm that nice.
Oh, that was awfully sweet of you.
I know. And then I'm going to...
By awful, I mean awful.
Try to get out of here. Alright, want to go hit the beds real quick?
Should I light those on fire too?
If you like, but only in your house.
Well, I built both houses, so...
Oh, so this is how it's going to work.
Only when it comes to fire. I like fire.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with marriage. It's what's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. I love you, dear.
Come here for a second.
Nope.
I got something for you.
Fortunately, you already lost your flame sword, so we don't have to worry about that anymore.
You think so, huh?
Alright, so here's the dangerous part. After this... Hey! Really?
What'd you say about a flame sword?
Are you two?
A little bit.
Yeah, you look cross-eyed. What we need to do here is put in lava to make the bubbly noises. That's really the only reason it exists. We're going to go ahead and also add some danger to the whole end portal thing this way.
Yeah, because, you know, the end isn't dangerous enough. I have another bucket on me if you...
I got
Somewhere
4.
you'd like me to dump it out.
To go.
Alrighty, fine. Don't use my help.
I won't use your help.
So you're going to go down there and put in the end stones, right?
I'm going to do that in
Oh, you're going to do it in creative mode, so you won't be able to catch on fire. Got it.
Yeah. That's how creative works. It's creative.
Shut. I don't cheat and use creative mode, so I wouldn't know.
Ooh. She went there. She totally went there. All right, so now we're going to kind of like build this up with like a bubbly. So we want to give it this effect as though, yep. This is kind of like the contaminated area. What do we think?
Looks kind of tar pitty.
I mean, we could add more sand into the surrounding areas, but I think that being dirt underneath the water isn't necessarily an issue as far as that look.
Okay. I think that's okay.
So if you take a look from this direction here, you see all the particles coming up. We're looking for that whole theory. And if we listen really, really quietly here,
you hear dogs bark.
Should hear some bubbly. I'm not really hearing bubbly, but it might be my volume. Anyway, that's our concept. Basically, what we're going to do is fill this in with more obsidian and a deal like this. So this dirt will all be obsidian, and it will just be the one block open to jump into to go into the end. And that way we won't be able to see any of the end portal blocks. I did check it though. We can place it right underneath a block and it won't break it or anything. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Okay.
Yep.
I think I need to go spend a lot more time at the mob spawner.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're going to the end next time, I'm going to need some better gear.
Well, maybe we should do that then.
This seems like a good idea to me.
Alright, well, I guess we're going to get started on some equipment so we can go to the end. Expect to see that the next episode. Look forward to both Rain and I dying probably several times.
Oh, except I forgot something happened off camera that I'm excited about.
What?
My last trip to the mob spawner, I got level 30 and I put it on a bow, and I finally got me an infinity bow.
And she said she's
Power 3 infinity one.
And she said she's gonna give it to me.
No, I didn't say that actually.
I believe you did.
I mean, I am a better shot than you, so it makes more sense for you to have the infinity bow, but...
Oh, wow. Don't forget that like and subscribe.
Would you like me to demonstrate?
No, I would not. Hey. Don't forget that like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Also, feel free to follow us on Twitter. The link should be in the description. And we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.